guy's standing off in the distance, just behind yonder tree. Why, it's the Slender Man! This modern monster has captured the attention of millions, and now Slender Man is getting his own movie too. But just where did this creepy urban legend come from, and where is he going? Let's break it down. Here is the history of Slender Man explained. The Slender Man may not be a true folk figure in the traditional sense, but he definitely qualifies as an embodiment of terror deliberately tailored for the iPhone generation. He's a nondescript, featureless pale figure in a black suit with weirdly elongated limbs. Sometimes that means tentacles. His primary targets are children, although everyone is potentially prone to being traumatized by his presence, so be careful in the woods. As the legend goes, those who seek to learn more about him often wind up drawing his unwanted attention. He can teleport directly to you sometimes, or he lurks in forests or other abandoned places and can trigger in his victims disorientation, paranoia, and insanity. And the occasional nosebleed. Not surprisingly, attempting to film or record him rarely works.
That's the story of the Slender Man. It was cold winter night. A girl called Lindsay woke up from bed with surprise. She checked the time on her phone. It was just midnight. She headed to the kitchen from her bedroom to drink a good cup of coffee. As she passed by her front door, she had a chill in her spine. She told herself, "It's only winter." Then she focused again on the coffee plant. While the coffee was boiled, she felt the chill returning to her spine. She had to glance back the front door. Everything was fine. The deadbolt was in place, and nothing was wrong with it. Turning back to her coffee, she tried to forget about chill in her spine. She started back towards the bathroom. She took a deep breath and led her eye to the peephole to see outside. At first, she only saw blackness. With a blink, she saw something that she hoped she wouldn't. It looked like a man with several arms, had extraordinary long limbs. It was wearing a black suit that appears to her more nightmarish. Her face was filled with shock and horror. With pressing the door with her hands, she shoved herself away from the door. The mug of coffee fell, and coffee started to burn her bare legs as she fell backwards and tried to crawl away from the door. She knew it was real. She watched tendrils like black snake were going through her cracks of the door. She was trapped between the instinct to run away and good feeling not run her back on the door. When she saw the door jolted, she tried her best as she could to flee. She knew it was trapping herself, but she had to get away from the door. At the same time, her sister Nicole heard a voice calling her. "Nicole?" When she turned it around, she saw her doctor was her back. She got an urgent call from the hospital saying that her sister Lindsay was there. Doctor told Nicole that something terrible had happened to her sister. She heard voice saying phrases like self-inflicted and assault. She couldn't understand until she saw Lindsay with her own eyes. Lindsay had a bandage wrapped around her head. It was covering both of her eyes and ears. Doctors said that it was to keep her damaged eyes from drying out and to try to keep the infection out of the wounds her ears. They guessed that Lindsay tried to defend herself against something using a pencil. There were also mix of first and second degree burns on her hands, legs, and feet from the coffee. As Nicole walked to her sister's room at the hospital, she saw a man in the window and said, "That's impossible. I'm on the 3rd story of the hospital." Well, for many people, Slenderman is just a story or a movie to scare kids. However, nowadays, we have some real cases of the real effect in the Slenderman at the children's life. On May 31 of 2014, in Waukesha, Wisconsin, a 911 call reported a chilling crime. A girl had been stabled and was found by the side of the road near the woods. The national news media quickly picked up on the story. Victim Peyton Leontin had been brutally stabled and left for dead. The suspects were her friends, Morgan Gersey and Anissa Weir. All three were 12 years old. But there's more to the story than the dark headlines it generated. Delving deep into this shocking crime, there are some documentaries like Be Aware the Slender Man by HBO that examines how an urban myth could take root on impressionable young minds, leading to an unexpected act. As the Slenderman internet meme and the girl's case are now practically synonymous, Brodsky thinks the meme, in conjunction with the girls developing adolescence brains, calls into question their culpability. We spoon-feed children so much material, he said. Their brains are not processing as though they are little adults. They are taking things at face value. A psychologist, which followed the case of the two young girls, Dr. Abigail Bayard, explains that the reason we have an adolescence is to move from the beginning of the children to being adults. Unlike peer groups and social communities, the internet does not provide individuals with a reality check. Because of the internet and other sources, thousands of kids are being controlled and influenced by those actions, which seems to be caused by the Slenderman spirit. Their prize is to be accepted and to please the Slenderman. So, take care with your kids and take care with your neighborhood. You have no idea what is passing through their minds, and you could be the next victim of the Slenderman spirit.